What's up, guys? What's going on? Supposed to be here at 7, but I want to be in here late. Have to eat, lost track of time. Let me get this child I actually want to discuss with you guys. Give me a quick second. Can you guys hear me? Is my audio good? Just let me know if my audio is good. Oh man, put this. Y'all, what's up, bro? Oh, audio's good, perfect. Y'all hit me back, man. I definitely hit you up. All right, so as you guys can see, the title of this is XRP. Well, is it too late for XRP, as well as what's next? So I want to do a few things. I want to break down my thoughts on it. Man, it was a historic morning. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like literally, I was in the Discord. I was actually in a trade too. I lost the first trade. I was down. It was like 50-something pips, and then like I think it was like the Dow was on support for a little minute, and then one of the members was like, "Oh, did you see XRP price?" And I'm like, "Don't tell me the price, because I already know it's crazy, and I don't want to look at my portfolio right now." And literally, it told me the price. And I looked at portfolio, and shit was insane. I was like, I'm done with the day. Like it was. I think the best thing about it was obviously, hitting a new milestone. That was amazing. But all right, so because of that, I was like, I was just chilling for the day, legit. Like didn't really want to do anything. Went to the gym. So like when I tell this story, and somebody asks me like, what did you do? I can say, well, when I found out, I went to the gym. That's gonna be good. But yeah, as I said, so I do want to break down, what happened, the reason behind it, as well as like what are my thoughts on it. Rather like, because some people, they are cashing out right now. Some people think that, it's too late to get into it. So I'm going to give you guys, my takeaway on that, as well as other cryptos that I think will be beneficial as well. For starters, well, let me actually do a disclaimer real quick. Everything that's said here today is put into purposes only. Do not act on any of these things without doing without doing your research, as well as speaking to your financial advisor. I'm not responsible for anything that happens. All right, now as I'll do it, I like a quick disclaimer, but I mean that pretty much covers everything. We're at 328. Oh my gosh, this is really crazy. All right, so for starters, before we really dive into things, like the first thing we want to cover is I want to actually pat myself on the back. Now, the reason why I want to do that is because even in my Discord, I was telling them today as well, but I know for a fact, and for you guys who are here watching on YouTube, I'll probably pin it somewhere over there for you guys to see. But literally, like, all right, again, XRP currently is $3.28 right now. The reason I'm patting myself on the back is because I literally told you guys call after call, as well as like, whether it's on this live, or doing live, or in my stories, literally how like XRP will be the next thing to jump up. And again, I'm going to do an entire time frame of why I thought that. But again, like you can go back to that video and check it. And that was when XRP was under 70 cents. And then I did it again when it was under $1. It was around that $1 as well. So it's like, for those who took action on that, great. You made a shitload of money. But for those who didn't, you missed out. And then also Solana. I told you guys about Solana as well. That's back when Solana was actually under $100. If we go to Solana right now, and let's see what Solana price is. Solana price is $211.42. That's the second one. And then thirdly, NVIDIA. So I literally told you guys, and this was before NVIDIA became like, well, not, it was already a thing, but before they even announced that they were doing a split. This is about like when NVIDIA was back in, I think about like, well, I told my Discord when it was about like 350. So I probably told you guys around like 400, if I'm not mistaken. Yo, what's up, broski? But like even that too. So I told you like NVIDIA more likely is going to do a split. And the reason why I felt that way at that time, because there was so much liquidity being pushed into it, and how much market value market cap it was having, that it had no choice but to do that. And again, got that right as well. So those three things, I got that right. And that's a strong 3 for 3. Like I don't normally come on here and talk about certain things, but talk about NVIDIA before the split. I spoke about XRP before it was as $1. And then I also spoke about Solana when it was under $100. So again, those are some really great things. I definitely got to pat myself in the back on that. All right, so a few things I actually had wrote down, because I told myself too, like how much info am I gonna give y'all? And I was like, am I gonna turn this like a masterclass? And I said, like, how am I gonna go about doing it? So I was like, you know what? Let's just see what happens and we go from there. All right, so the first thing I wrote down is, actually, I'm gonna move this to this screen. It's gonna make it easier for me to see it that way. I gotta keep going, move my head back and forth. All right, so the first thing I wrote down is, why don't people take action when opportunity presents itself? And the reason why I'm saying that, because again, I told y'all over and over, XRP is gonna jump up, Nvidia is gonna jump up, Solana is gonna jump up, but we're gonna stick with XRP and Solana for this one. So again, I'm saying that before it was even $1 that is going to jump. So I feel that the reason why people wait so long is because what they're looking for, and even with traders, right? Like they're looking for the perfect time to get in, or when they have like a big enough paycheck, or like when their money is great enough for them to jump into it. And truthfully, there is no such thing as that. Like you're never gonna time the market 100% to the T, right? Even as traders, like it's great when we get like take profit with his head, or like, yo, like I marked this shit up and it went directly to like 105.333. Like we get excited about that. However, when it comes to like, oh, okay, like I'm waiting for that exact decimal point to get hit, that's almost never going to happen. So if you're waiting for the perfect time, and this is the way anything, but if you're waiting for the perfect time to step up and do something, you're going to be asked out. Like think about the person you're pursuing. Imagine, you know what? I'm going to wait until the perfect time to speak to this person. This has to happen. That has to happen. It has to be a full moon out at night. I got to have 100% battery. She got to be, or he got to be in the car, driving home, or like so much different scenarios that you put into your head. That shit is never going to happen. And because of that, people miss out on great opportunities for them to better their lives, or even, better their situation, which is a bit better your life, same exact thing. So that's the first thing, right? And then secondly, what you want to do is you want to start where you're at and then also build your habits along the way. Let me get a drink of water because I think I'm about to spit. This shit about to go crazy. But yeah, anywho, so you want to start where you're at and go from there. So I tell people all the time, the easiest way to invest into the markets, I don't care if it's crypto market, I don't care if it's a stock market, regardless, the easiest way for you to invest into it is the dollar cost average. So for you guys who don't know what that means, dollar cost average is literally what you're doing. You're taking a portion of, you're taking an amount from out of your bank, and it's going to get deposited into whatever crypto, whatever stock, or regardless what you want to go into, either daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis, or yearly basis. It's really what you decide to do. But that's the best way to do it. Why? Because again, we can't time the market, right? So like for me, I have every Wednesday and Thursday, right? Depending on what it is. But every Wednesday, certain amount of money is going to be taken out of my account and going towards, a certain stock, certain crypto, and so forth. And because of that, it's like, I'm not going to be able to time the market, but that's going to allow me to get exposed into the market at a same price, not same price, but at the same day, right? And the reason why you want to do that is because, even when the markets drop, right, that's buying opportunity. So if you're saying to yourself that I think this crypto is going to hit $5 and it's currently $3, and let's say tomorrow it drops to $2, why would you not buy that? Like it makes complete no sense to not buy it. If you're saying that it's going to hit, I don't know what example I gave, but let's do this one. If you're saying that it's going to hit $10 and it went from $5 to, let's say it went from $3 to $2, get it at $2 because you're already saying it's going to hit 10. So why would you not get it for cheaper? It makes absolutely no sense why people don't do it. But again, it goes back to they don't want to just get in, right? They want to, I need to wait until, this and that is perfect. And again, you're not going to get that. So like, it just doesn't make sense why people don't do that, honestly. And I tell you all the time, every time I'm talking about money in the markets and investing, the first thing I talk about is dollar cost average, because that is the easiest way for you to expose yourself to the markets. And then on top of that, you can also continuously to do large payments as well, right? So it's like again, oh shit, XRP going crazy. Let me dump a bag into it, right? You can do that along, and that won't interfere with dollar cost averaging as well. It just continue from where you're currently at. And that's the best way to go about doing it. Next up, what you want to do to make, let me ease myself because I don't want to go too fast, pause, and then from there it's like y'all not really catching what I'm putting down, because I know for a fact this is going to be a good mastermind, 100%. I should turn this into a mastermind. I should do that. I should rename this. Hold up. Someone asked me, when do you know when you should pull the money out though? Great question. You don't. You really don't know. So like, I'm going to give a timeline of why I'm not doing that. And then from there, you can have a better idea on what you would like to do. So an example is that is, most people, let's go to Bitcoin, right? Most people in Bitcoin, people pulled out when it was like $30, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, even $100,000. And if we go to Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is currently $100,300. So just imagine people how they feel that pulled out when it was 60K, right? You just missed out on 40K just by you not leaving it in there. So like what I feel is best that you should do is if you believe in it, you should stay in it 100%. So like for me, I'm not even thinking about taking these shits out truthfully until my son is 18 years old. Right now, he's 6 months. So there you go right there. And that's across the board, right? That's not even with just crypto. That's also with the markets. So the thing about it is that we were so spoiled with 2020, how shit just dropped and then shit just rose up like 30% in a day and so forth. That's not normal. But we were so spoiled with that we feel that like in this microwave society, we feel that damn, the shit is up 20%, I gotta just cash out. It's like, nah, you don't want to do that, right? The goal when it comes to investing, you invest for the long term, especially the stock market. Like, you don't invest in the stock market for the year. I don't understand, but I do understand it. It's because people are so focused on now. And again, like, imagine people who got out when it was 60K. They're going crazy, right? Because they just missed out on so much bread. Or even when it should have hit 20K, and right now we're at 100. So just think about that. And this shit wasn't even that long ago. Right, I'm back to Bitcoin before I continue to go XRP. But if we're on Bitcoin right now, and truthfully, what was that? In 2021, it was at 65K. But let's go a little bit further back than that. 2017, it was at 20K. So think about it that way. 2017 was 8 years ago. So just think about that. If you would have held this shit for 8 years, and let's say you got in at 20K for 8 years, you're up $80,000 just by leaving this shit in there. Think about that. Just by leaving this shit in it, like not even touching, not doing nothing, you're up 80K on that investment. So, right, time is a huge factor, and what most people don't do, they don't allow time to be a factor. And that's even with trading, right? Like traders, like what they'll do, and this is the reason why so many of us, well, that's not true. This is the reason why so many do not succeed, and so many of us, or the small amount they actually do, because we know that time is a factor, right? So it's like, I lost my first trade. This shit's not for me. I lost my first week. This shit is not for me. It's like, that shit is going to happen. Like, you're going to lose days. You're going to lose weeks. You might even lose months. But overall, it's like, are you going to win in the long run? Right? And the best example I give, even my both my students and members in the Discord, which that you guys should definitely join. We do this shit every day. What's up, bro? Is that what you want to focus on is, all right, I might lose today, but I'm like, not even that. Let me use this one to make it easier. So in the NBA, right, we're looking at everybody right now. And if you go to like the best team that's out there, they don't win every single game, right? They may have winning streaks, but they haven't won every single game. However, we have an idea of who's likely going to win the playoffs, right? Even if we go back down to Boston last year, which again, I think it was a fluke, but they still won, right? They didn't win every single game in the season. They lost some games. However, they still won a championship. So when it boils down to it, even as trading, you could lose some games and still win your version of the championship. It's like, obviously it's a dollar amount you're looking for, but you can hit that. You don't got to win every trade and then say to yourself like, oh, if I don't win every trade, then from there I'm a loser and so forth. Like, that's not how this shit works. Trading is probability, it's not certainty, right? But when we understand that, it makes it easier for us to actually move forward correctly. All right, so back into XRP. So I want to really tap into that and go for it, right? So understand what I was just talking about as well when it boils down to waiting for the time to actually go into it. You don't want to do that. Easiest thing to do is dollar cost averaging. But back into why people really don't see the results they're looking for when it even comes to investing is because even like living below their means, a lot of people don't do that, right? I think the reason why is social media. Like, truthfully, most people, like, they do things as a highlight reel where it's like, I want you to see this part of my life. I need to go rent these cars. I need to go shop here. I need to go buy these things and so forth. And most people, what they're doing is lifestyle inflation, right? So like they're making more money and they feel that they have to buy more things. And then by doing that, right, they're putting themselves backwards. So let's say if like, all right, your income goes up by $100, that doesn't mean that your expenses needs to go up $200, but most people do that, right? And then when that happens, again, it's a domino effect in which they just make things more difficult for you to really move forward. And now when it's time to really invest, you don't have the bread or the capital. Why? Because you're now playing catch up. So again, what you want to do with that is like, you got to have your foundation set, right? Once your foundation is set, it's going to make it less likely for you to go broke. But again, most people, what is that saying? It's like they have like a table, right? And like one leg is weak. If one leg is weak, more likely that table is going to collapse. But if all four legs of that table are strong, that shit is going to be able to maintain its strength, and it's going to be more difficult for you to actually break it, right? So another example, wrestling, right? So if you guys even if you don't watch wrestling, but you're aware of it, right? Sometimes the announce tables, they don't break, right? So think about it that way. That has a strong foundation, and that's why it's not dropping. All right, so that's the main reason why people weren't seeing the results when it comes to XRP, because, yeah, as I said too, like, it's really amazing. It was an amazing day, I'm going to be honest. But now we got to go over the timeline to what happened. I told you I was going to break that down. And then from there, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts as to if it's either too late, what my target price will be, and ideally other cryptos that I think would be beneficial as well. All right, so XRP timeline. So for starters, we know that we had an SEC lawsuit against XRP, which was the leading cause of XRP first falling out of third spot of the top 10 crypto list, and then eventually out of 10th spot as well. So we do know that it was literally, at that time, it was Bitcoin, it was Litecoin, XRP. And then from there, Ethereum moved up to the second spot. But yeah, that was it. And then a lawsuit happened, and then that just took everything out, right? So from there, price dropped down to under 30 cents. And it has been ranging from 30 cents to 60 cents from the whole time being, right? Even though we did get notice of last year that they were looking to end a lawsuit, that had a huge spike in XRP. People thought it was going to hit $1. It started to retrace back down. And then it went back into the mode, like from 30 cents all the way to about like 66 max, right? And that's when, before I told you guys to get into it, as I said, I'm patting myself in the back because I know a lot of people who really changed their financial situation just by listening to me off that alone. All right, so now the second thing that we have is Trump gets elected, who is a pro-crypto candidate, right, in which the crypto market starts soaring, right? So literally, the market's wrong, but we're going to stay with crypto, right? So crypto market starts soaring once Trump got elected. And again, as I said, the main reason why is because a lot of things that Trump has been speaking about during his campaign was pro-crypto, right? So this is someone who's coming in pro-crypto. So we know that the president of the United States is going to be pro-crypto, and he's putting policies out there that will be beneficial for crypto. More likely, the retail investors or money's going to flow into it, and it more likely is going to start shooting up, right? It's just a no-brainer, right? So like that was another thing that happened to it as well. And as I said, retail traders and as well as investors were heavily back into XRP, again, pushing the market up, right? We have a lot of liquidity into it, and the market's going to keep going up. It's just supply and demand. All right, next up, we have SEC Chairman Gary Gensler says that he's stepping down by January 19th. Why? Trump said he's going to fire him. So it's like, you either get fired or you step down. Which one you want to do? So again, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler says he's stepping down by January 19th. Again, this person who is heavily anti-crypto said he's going to announce that he's stepping down. So if someone who's heavily against it is said he's going to step down, again, that is beneficial for it, and that continue to help push the market up. Next up, we have Trump announced that he's going to have the SEC chairman replacement, who is going to be pro-crypto. Pro-crypto, right? So even get with that, if someone is now replacing him, who is now going to be pro-crypto, that is going to be huge for crypto to keep going up. And again, we know that because we're dealing with XRP for this conversation, right? We know that XRP hugely benefited from that. Why? Because this is the huge reason why XRP was actually pulled down. Next up in the XRP timeline, we have the SEC deadline for their lawsuit was actually today. Today or yesterday? It was today. But they had the appeal by yesterday. They had to decide by midnight. So SEC deadline for the lawsuit was January 16th, which is today. However, they announced yesterday about like 7 p.m. that they're going to appeal it, right? So again, wasn't beneficial. However, Ripple's chief legal officer says that the SEC lawsuit is likely going to be abandoned by the next administration, which is Trump administration coming into it. And as I said, Trump administration is coming in. These guys are pro-crypto, right? Even the SEC that he has coming in is pro-crypto. So if we got someone who's pro-crypto and they're going to appeal it, you get into office, you're like, this is nonsense right now. Like, let's get this shit off my office, take that appeal back. It is what it is. Let's move forward. Why? That's going to be heavily beneficial on on XRP. And we know, as I just said, XRP current price is, oops, I just passed it. Let me go back to it. XRP current price is $3.26. This is fucking crazy, man. This is fucking crazy. All right. And then continuing from the XRP timeline, now we have this morning in which President-elect Donald Trump is open to creating an America First strategic reserve that prioritizes cryptocurrencies such as XRP and Solana. And that's where this comes into play. So truthfully, I literally dumped all I have, like XRP and Solana, I think make the most sense. I understand meme coins are going to be going crazy. However, like at the end of the day, they're going to be utilizing Solana. Like when you purchase Solana, you go exchange it for these meme coins. Even like Phantom Wallet as well, you have to get Solana. So again, supply and demand will more likely push Solana up. And again, even with this having an American First strategic reserve that prioritizes cryptos like Solana as well as XRP, all it is music to my ears, right? It's literally just saying that like, hey, I'm going to keep pushing price up. Hey, I'm going to keep pushing price up. Price is what? Let's keep going up. Like all these things are going into it. Now, for me, before this was actually announced, my whole target for XRP for this year was $7. And honestly, and again, the reason why, because of all the stuff going on, cryptos, Trump is pro crypto, the SEC director, all these things, chairman, all these things as well. But honestly, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if XRP hit $20 this year. I would not be surprised. I do think that XRP will surpass $7. It's very likely that next week when Trump is in office and then Gary steps down, we have a new SEC director, or even a week after that, the XRP will break $4. Because right now we're at $3.25. Like we right here. We right here. Like this, the day alone, let's really knock out what happened, right? So if we go from the 15th to now, right, we really break it down. XRP was $2.66 yesterday, right? It's currently, it went as high as $3.40, and right now it's $3.25. So that gain alone is fucking insane. What is that? That's 22%. 22% in a day, just off the idea what's gonna happen. So like, just imagine when things really when he gets into office and things really go into motion. So it's like for people to not invest in it, and some people actually as well is like, if you have X amount of dollars, what would you invest into? And I get it, right? Some people say Bitcoin, some people say, all these different things. I think Bitcoin is great because even Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is going to hit 200K this year alone. So obviously if it's 100K and I think it's going to hit 200K, that would be a good investment. But man, XRP, Solana, like you're not going to go wrong with those. You're not going to. It's just so much shit that's happening that's literally like saying, buy me, like buy me, buy me, buy me. So if that's happening, it's like, why do I want to go that route? And then continuing from that, we know that March 10th is going to be the deadline for the world has to do ISO 222 compliance. That's going to be beneficial for XRP. Why? Because ironically, XRP was the first currency for it to actually be a compliance to that. So with that being said, sorry. So with that being said, again, all I'm hearing is buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. And then lastly on the list, the SWIFT banking system more likely will be replaced by XRP. And technically, it was actually on track to do that, right? That's why XRP was surging so much, back in 2017 and 18, because it was on track to do that. And then the SEC was like, wait a second, we can't have that happen. Let's actually put a block to this, and that's what really pulled price down. So, for those who are sticking around, on this, again, as I said, like these are like the main points that you want to pay attention to when it comes to, is it too late for me to get an XRP? Is it too late for me to get into Solana and so forth? Like, again, Solana is 211. I 100% think that's Solana. it should crack 1,000. It should crack 1,000. If it doesn't, I think that about a year in, if it don't crack 1,000, we should at least get to about like at least 550 minimum, at least 550. And that's Solana too, not Solana, but XRP as well. It's like, Dozy, what's up, bro? I definitely hit you, man. Like, what's going on, man? I haven't spoken to you since last year. That's a joke. I'd actually text you that joke. That's why it's funny. But anywho, so like even with that as well. So like these are things that like you can invest into these stuff, right? So most people, they're like, well, I missed out on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is currently 100K. XRP is $3.26, right? Solana is $211. These are coins that are very affordable for a lot of people. So it's like, for you to think that you're missing out, you're not, right? And again, I understand price is high at $3.26, but the upside is just crazy. It's just crazy. Like it's really crazy, for real. Even if let's say XRP only hits like $5, or let's say $6 this year, you damn near doubled your money just by taking action, right? So it's like I'm not waiting for the perfect price. It doesn't make sense, right? You got to just get in and keep getting in. Like just keep, it goes down. If you believe it'll go up, throw some more in there. It goes up, throw some more in there, right? So just keep doing that. And again, when it comes to the markets, right, in options, you have higher highs and higher lows. When those higher lows happen, you got to throw some more in there, right? And that's why we say it too, like when, there's blood in the streets, that's buying opportunity. Why? Because people are panicking because shit is dropping. But nah, man, like you got to invest for the long term. And the long term means that the shit's going to keep going up. So if it's going to keep going up, you got to throw in there, right? Like you got to take advantage of these opportunities for you to make some more money. That's it. That's what we're here for. Like we're here to make bread. We're not here to, to play around. We're not here to live mediocre lives. And I know y'all not here to live that because y'all wouldn't be on this live if y'all here to be mediocre. Yeah, if y'all here to be mediocre, you know that I had that ring. But yeah, so it's like from that, like we got to take advantage of these things. And by taking advantage of these things, what that means, you got to take action. Like all that shit that y'all did last year, not taking action, like leave that in 2024. 2025, it has to be about action because again, besides now, I'm going to go talk about this on a different live on how now I think it's a perfect time to get into the market as a trader, but also as an investor as well. Like it's just unbelievable. So much shit that's happening. It's so much shit happening for real. It's like, it's literally on some it's like Oprah where she's like, you get car, you get car, you get a car. So it's like, if you're literally in a position, so let's say the position is like, if you are a person who attended Oprah's event at that day, you was in position to get a car. Same thing with here. If you position yourself to be in the markets, that's a bar. If you position yourself to be in the markets, it's like you get a bread, you get bread, you get bread. Everyone gets all this bread. So it's like you just got to be in position to do so. And I feel that most people, like, there's no more sense of like, oh man, I didn't know it was going to happen. Or like, man, I wish I would have, like get that shit out of here. I'm sick of that shit. Like, people be like, why you didn't tell me? Or like, my job is not to tell you directly what's going on, right? So like, your job is to come and check out my page and see what's going on. And then from there, as I said, do your research to drop it in. Easy way to do your research too. Go to coinmarketcap.com. Do that. Go to coinmarketcap.com. You search any type of crypto that you're looking for. And then from there, it'll give you the white pages for it. It'll also break down like the history behind it, what people are throwing into from an investor standpoint, retail investors. That's an easy way to go about it. But yeah, so it's like from what I'm saying from this, you got to take action. Because the only way you're going to change your life for the better is by taking action. That's the only way. So it's like the whole thing of like, hey, well, woe is me. Like, I hate that shit. I really don't like someone who, like, they think woe is me or they act like that. Like, that shit just really irks me. It really does. And mainly because of shit that I've been through and what I accomplished from doing that. But besides that, it's like, yo, people look at success stories and they get inspired, right? But the success they get inspired by, where it's like, this person came from being so poor, they couldn't eat, they had to skip meals and so forth. They get inspired from like someone from that, and they go from like this great person with all this wealth. They get inspired from that, but then in their situation, you're like, woe is me. I can't do this. I can't do that. Shit will never change. It's like, it's so backwards and contradiction. But I really don't like people who like live that woe is me life. Like, I hate that. I really, really hate that. But that's not what this live is about. I'm going to start getting more into that. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so for those who stuck around, definitely join my Discord. Link is in my bio. Go to handsomekelly.com. Check it out. We do this all day. We have a call in a second as well, which I really got to go and jump into. So because of that, again, you guys just now are tuning in. It will be on YouTube, probably like the next 20 minutes. And then from there, check it out. I'll send it to you guys as well. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. I hope this was beneficial. I will see you guys in my next live. Peace out.